Okay, so I'm back from the gym again, and I have my protein shake, and I have a nice big salad prepared. Um, I'm been reading one of Joel Furman's books, and one thing I'll just sum it up. I didn't. I'll have to study it better to fully be able to explain it. One thing I never realized is how vital greens really are to your immune system function. They're just about the most vital thing you can do. Mushrooms are great too, but greens especially, trying to get those in. So, on top of maintaining a healthy weight and all of those good things, another thing that I think is vital is trying to make sure that the healthier foods are easier to eat. They're just easier to for you to grab and start eating when you're hungry. So you should prepare them and get them ready to eat before you're hungry. That way, if you have snacks lying around, if you have like, I have some protein bars in here. Okay, here's a good example. Someone gave this to me for Easter. So if you have something like this lying around, you're not going to go grab it just because it's the most convenient thing. You're, you're gonna grab whatever option you want that will satisfy that craving. And that's all what it's all about. Trying to make sure you can satisfy that, get out of your system, and if you can get some nutrients while you're doing it, get some healthy food in, all the better. That's another reason I am trying to have Jello, make Jello and have that on hand, because that satisfies that sweet craving, relatively low calorie. Gelatin is healthy for you, and you don't eat that much. You don't want to keep eating it. You're going to eat only so much, and then you just are done. And that's kind of what you're going for, just to be satiated. Pineapple's another great thing I love to have on hand. And it's not that hard to have it. And then I just make some cuts. I don't worry about if they're perfectly even or not, because I'm going to eat it regardless. I also think that pineapple could potentially be good for, there's a little bit more flesh in there. Pineapple could be good for breaking down protein, like as you're eating protein, and helping your body to get it into a usable state. That looks pretty good. So I think pineapple, especially if you're trying to have a high protein diet, it's probably one of the best things you can have on hand. And I actually have another one I'm going to cut too. Now, what I do whenever I'm preparing any fruit or vegetable is that I always wash it. You don't know where this has been. You don't need to wash all of it. Just anything that you might touch that'll come into contact with parts you're going to eat, so that you don't get anything, any bugs, E. coli, any of that, because you have to think. Actually, had a girl. She doesn't understand why I wash these, and it's like you have to think. The people who are out in the fields, they don't have access to running water. They might have to go to the bathroom, and they just leave themselves out there. They're not washing their hands. They're gonna just wipe them off and keep going, keep working. And not only that, it's also the people that work at the stores. And some of them I might trust less than the people who don't have access to water, because I swear to God, not showering is a requirement to work at Walmart. Have you seen some of the employees they hire there? Have you not been in there and been close enough? if you're in the same aisle, some of them reek from a mile away, like they haven't bathed in their entire lives. So, oh, going to Walmart, I think going to Walmart is another great thing you can do for yourself, because whenever you go there and you see how everyone's keeping themselves, it's a reminder to stay healthy. It's a reminder, like, to keep yourself on your toes. Go there, go shopping there, and then you're gonna want to go to the gym, because you don't want to end up like that. Makes you wonder how some of these people even exist. Don't take care of themselves, don't bathe, 500 pounds. And where do these people get the money for all this food, too? Like, the food is not cheap. I see people all the time. Well, that's how these companies rose. DoorDash, what's the other one? Well, Uber Eats. I think there's another one, Grubhub. And I'm not sure if Instacart does, like, restaurant deliveries, but people can't even get off their ass to go get crap food, and they're paying extra to have it delivered. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. And then everyone complains that they don't have money. Like, when you're spending how much per meal because you are always getting DoorDashed. I see people doing that all the time. It just gets to a point where you don't want to hear it, because guess what? The healthiest food for you is also going to be the cheapest. You can't even say, people used to complain, oh, avocados are expensive. No, not anymore. Of course, that's because of the cartel taking over that industry, but you still can't say they're expensive anymore. So it's ridiculously cheap to be healthy. Because at the end of the day, yes, a lot of people go to the gym are trying to build muscle. Yes, they might be trying to get extra protein. But it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg unless you're constantly eating out. If you eat out, it doesn't matter what you're buying, it's going to cost you a small fortune. There's so many people I know, they're literally spending a car payment, and some of them don't even have cars, by the way. Literally could have a car, but they don't, because they want their Uber Eats, they want their food delivered. It's insane. But yeah, so then those are done, and 2 fresh pineapples ready to eat. And now that just makes it so much more convenient. I try to do the same thing with grapes, and not so much. You have to be careful though with some fruits, some vegetables, just because there are protective bacteria that are on the skins of them, and you don't want to destroy that if you're not going to eat them relatively quickly, because that can cause them to rot. Like, for example, if you wash a banana, it will start to rot pretty fast. So you want to wash those as you are eating them. Well, that's pretty much it. One of these days I might consider meal prepping salads. I don't know. They're not that hard to make. They're not that hard to make fresh, but I could see a benefit to having it pre-made and then just being able to pull it out and eat it. it would definitely make coming back from the gym more convenient. But yeah, try to make sure you have healthy food prepared. That way, you're less likely to eat junk food, and hopefully you're not keeping too much junk food on hand. But if you have the self control to have it there, as long as you feel satiated, then there's nothing wrong. Especially if you have people over sometimes, like I do, and I'll give them the junk food, and I just pretty much sometimes I'll nibble on it, but you know I'm not going to overeat when I'm around other people, which is kind of handy if that's the only time you have junk food. If that's the only time, like, you have pop or something, then and you're not likely to overeat, then it's not too much of an issue. So you can let yourself go every now and then, because every now and then it's not gonna hurt at all. But yeah, got my pineapple cup, so I'm gonna get showered up and then have my food.